I've been asked by Flub multiple times to do a review on the games I've seen for the year thus far, and I figured, you know what, I'll try to raise the standard of the Flubcast and chime in with my reviews. Want to keep it brief. So the Police versus Harvard game last weekend, I thought was a good outing. Of course, I think the fraternity is very much aware, you know, Police has their struggles with numbers, with training and that sort of stuff. So, you know, the expectation there, especially based on their previous scores against Caribs and whoever else they played in the earlier matches, no real surprises there. I would chime in with a bit of positivity on that end, and just say that I think they started the game with, I think, 11, or they were short, and eventually they got a couple guys. So I mean, them having a full team to finish off the game and so on was, I guess, a positive thing. I saw a lot of young faces, a lot of new faces, guys that I don't know. I haven't been around for a bit, but nevertheless, good to see new faces. Police are a team that I think, you know, they always have a lot of talent, a lot of ability within the squad, a lot of athletes. However, you know, their ongoing problem seems to be, you know, not training together, not getting enough guys out on training days, and maybe some resource issues. So it is an issue or something that management in the police setup needs to look at. On the Harvard side, obviously they came away with a big win, which again would have been somewhat expected. Harvard has their own struggles as well. However, it's been coming together nicely. Again, a lot of young talented guys that really is inspiring for me, and encouraging me to come out and support and do what I can for the team as well. So in terms of the game, I think Harvard started the game, you know, I guess with the expectation that, you know, Police is short and so on. So there was a little lack of structure at the beginning, you know, a lot of individual play and so on. Having said that, they were able to stabilize early in the first half after we got a couple points on the board, and be able to start to put some structure together, some phases. There was some nice ball movement throughout the game. There's some young guys on that team that, geez, poor reason stuff that I've seen in that game. Just want to add very quickly, you know, I've come out this year for the Trinidad versus Barbados game, as well as the Trinidad versus USA South. Been to a couple of club matches, and man, it's so good to be back in that savannah with the smell of grass and sweat and rugby and beer afterwards, of course. But just a little suggestion to the powers that be. Those two games against USA South and Barbados, all the teams came back to Harvard afterwards. Harvard was hosting, and the whole fraternity sort of came together like the good old days. And it's such a great feeling again to have that in rugby once again. Quick suggestion from that I sort of thought of being at some of the games last couple of weeks. So why not have one team host all the teams after weekend games? That way, you know, the resources that is generated, you know, it's a much bigger pool and a much bigger resource for the club. So for instance, if you have 6 teams playing within very close proximity to each other, the 6 North teams, and let's say one of the clubs hosts, and everybody who played that day goes back to that one clubhouse. That way they generate so much more revenue and so on, rather than just the 2 teams go back and some guys don't show up and stuff like that. So just a little suggestion. I mean, I don't know if it's something that the union has to spearhead, or if it could be done or arranged through the club presidents or captains and so on. But just a thought. I know every club has their own financial issues, and having 6 teams support your bar, 6 teams and supporters and alicadoos and so on, support your bar and your food and so on, will go a much longer way than just the 2 teams. So that's just it, a quick touch-in from me, Flub. I hope you're satisfied, and you know your rating's gonna go up after this video. So